Hey guys, must be doing fine. I am going to teach you crop protection and management chapter today, and I hope you know me already. I'm Anjali Ahuja, your biology teacher. So let's not waste the time. Let me share my screen and start teaching you. So the presentation is here, and let me just put it on the slideshow. Chapter is really very important. I mean, for sure, you can have a 2-3 marks question in your paper. And I'm gonna tell you that while the time I teach you what question can be there. So the first thing the first thing that you see on the screen are the farmers. They're working. So basically, guys, before we learn the chapter, you have to imagine yourself as a farmer. You are a farmer and you are growing a crop. Now, from starting to end, what you have to do, think about it. What you will do if you want to grow a crop, suppose wheat crop, you want to grow it from the starting till the end. What steps are needed? You need a seed, you need soil, you need to grow it up, you need to take care of the soil, you need to take care of the seeds, it should be healthy, you need to water it properly. Then by the time it is grown, you will cut it. And then after cutting also, it needs to be stored. There are a number of steps. This chapter, it's really important. We need to learn gardening. We need to learn take care of the plants. And for that, this chapter is something that is going to give you a little knowledge. So let's start it. So first of all, I have told you this already. This is like you can have in board 2 or 3 questions. Even if it is MCQ, if that is included in your paper, on 1 to 2% in science Olympiad. And in this chapter first, we will be covering crop, the types of crop, agriculture practices, as in if you want to grow a crop, what are the steps that we need to follow and how we prepare the soil. I mean, into the agricultural practices, I'll tell you all the steps, and then we will be learning the steps in detail, one by one. So into the preparation of soil, you can consider that's the first step that we are doing. That's what we will be covering. Let's start it. So first of all, if I talk about the introduction of the chapter, first, why we need food. Obviously, we need food because we need energy. Food is the one that provides us energy. We do a lot of physical work. Our muscles internally, they can get damaged, the cells. We might not feel it, but at a minor level, there's always some repair work that keeps on going all ways and always. And for that, food is needed. For surviving, food is needed. For energy, for the repair process in the living organism's body. Next one. How do plant and animal get their food? Do I have to talk about it? Since your 6th class, you have been learning this. Plants are photosynthetic, they are autotrophic, and animals are heterotrophic. We eat the plants, and obviously, many of us, I'm not, we are omnivores. We eat plants and animals both. And I am a vegetarian, so yeah. Okay, so let's move further. First of all, let's understand the definition of crop. Suppose you're growing wheat. You are growing it at a high scale. You are growing a crop. If anything we are growing on a high scale is known as crop. Understand this. That's a definition. I don't have to read it. Let's move. So the next one is crop and their types. There are 3 types of crop: Rabi, Kharif, and Zaid crop. Many people get confuses in between, but I think you can just invent some mnemonics on this. That's what you can do. But yeah, you have to remember it. Rabi crop are the one which is in the winter. So that's a winter crop. I'm giving you 30 seconds to think about the examples. This is from July to October, the Kharif one. And this is summer crop. The Zaid one, they are March to, actually they're also the summer crop, but the season is different. So March to June. In March to June, what vegetable, what fruits used to be there? Whenever it's rainy season a little, and then it's about to be rainy season, not rainy season. It's actually very, very high temperature. Mango, watermelon, muskmelon. You remember these examples? Yes, they are the Zaid crop. Now let me give you examples of them. Kharif are rice, corn, soybean, sugarcane, groundnut, and cotton. RCSSGC. Can you make something out of it? RCSSGC. You can remember it just like that. You don't have to make a mnemonic then. Wheat, oats, chickpea, mustard, almond, and broccoli. WOCMAB. Okay, you remember it as vocab. Just skip the A here. And here also you can make something. Give your time and invent it. These are the examples. Summer is cucumber, watermelon, muskmelon, bitter gourd. इसी season में आता है सब कुछ. This is Zaid crop. Yeah, actually mainly Zaid crop is a summer crop, I would say, because यहीं पे ज़्यादा गर्मी होती है. So, but that's in the July itself. So yeah. I'm done with the types of crop. Now, if you have any doubt, you know what you have to do till the time. Let's move forward. Next thing. Now, you are a farmer and you are growing a crop. Now, in basic, I'm telling you all the steps that you would be following. You will be sowing it. You will be preparing the soil first. You will make the soil ready and then you will sow the seeds. You will give it all the nutrients that is needed and then you will water it up. Then you will protect it from any kind of external damage that can be a weed, and then you will do harvesting, the cutting thing, then you will store it up. On the right side, this is another picture showing irrigation, harvesting, and let's start from the soil preparation. I forgot it again. But these are the steps that we will be following. In this chapter, we have to learn all these things in detail. And that's really interesting chapter, because then you will consider yourself comparatively an intelligent person when it comes to gardening. Gardening videos are also good. You can follow some. Anyways, the first thing that we have to talk about is preparation of the soil. Imagine you're growing a crop. You cannot grow it just like that on any cell which is not even ready. Any soil which is not even having the water enough. It's dry. You need to give it water. It needs to be just settled down. We have to prepare the soil. If a question come in your paper, why soil preparation is needed, you can clearly write it. Right? अच्छा एक चीज याद आ रही है मुझे. One thing is important. 1 mark question can come in your paper. What is agriculture? So you can define that. I'm just writing on. Achha, I'll write it on the last screen itself. That question actually can come. So agriculture. Agar means it means field. AGER, to be very frank. And cultura means cultivation. So cultivating on the field. Fine. 70% of Indian population, we just depend upon the agriculture. Now let's come back to the point I was talking about, the soil preparation. So basically, soil preparation, this is the very first step that we have to follow. And soil should have a proper water, nutrients, and everything. We need to, follow certain steps for this. And in any of the method, guys, in this chapter that we'll be learning, there will be 2 kind of things. One will be the traditional method that our ancestors have been using since forever, and one will be the modern method that we are following now. Okay, so for preparation of soil, there are certain things. One is ploughing, and then there is leveling, level it up properly, and then there will be manuring. We have to manure it up. So these are the things that we have to cover. So manuring is like simply giving the manure. Manuring thing I'll teach you in the next part also comparatively in detail. For now, just remember ploughing and leveling, what these things are. We cut the soil and then we level it up. What are the machines? Let's take a look. So first is ploughing, which is of course also known as tilling. That means loosening and turning of the soil. Now, guys, this is a process where a lump of the soil, they will properly break up, and all the weeds, all the waste material, they'll be mixed up in the water, in the soil. So the soil after cutting will be having the crop residue, weeds, debris, everything will be mixed up in it with the help of ploughing, because soil has been turned up. Now, the ploughing, this is done with the help of a plough or plough. It is a particular shape too. Okay. I thought there's no diagram for it. I have a diagram added up. Okay. So basically, if a question come in your paper, what is the need? Did I add it? Let me just. No, it's not added. Okay. So if a question come in your paper, what is the need or use of ploughing? I think you can clearly write it. It helps in penetrating the plant properly into the soil, you may say that the plant roots, simply saying, they can completely and smoothly penetrate inside soil. And then you can say it allows the soil to have air trapped in it, air spaces, because plant roots also needs to do the gaseous exchange of oxygen and CO2 that happen with the help of air spaces. And when there are more air spaces, water can also uphold in it. So this makes the soil very healthy for the growth of the plant. And also ploughing is really very important in removing the weeds and the debris, because it just cut up and it's become as a manure now. So in removing the weeds, so you can just write all this point. So the need or the importance of ploughing is clear to you. Now let's take a look how ploughing is done. Ploughing is mainly done by 3 ways. I'm just writing it up on the same screen, guys. Ploughing is mainly done by 3 ways. One is plough, next is hoe, and the third one is cultivator. These are the three ways through which we cut and turn the soil up. So yeah, so the left one is the conventional method. Left and modern one is right. I mean, one. So on the left side, this is the plough, the traditional one. This is the most ancient method. Okay. So here also this is written, the triangular iron shape strip. So that thing. Actually, it can be wooden also and iron also. This is the most ancient method and it consists of a triangular iron rod. Mainly it used to be triangular shape, iron rod, and it will be having a holder kind of thing connected to it. It used to be wooden, but mainly this is iron then later on. And that is both are conventional method and iron is the one that was mostly used to be used. And this iron thing, this is known as plowshare. Is that clear? And this wooden thing which is used for holding it up, that is known as shaft, the shaft. You must have seen the song "Mere Desh Ki Dharti Sona Ugli." This love that only always reminds me of that song. Anyways, so basically in the conventional method, either they used to use animals for tilling and turning the soil up, or it used to be manual work also. But then when men realized that it's too much cumbersome for them, then they started using animals. Still, it was very cumbersome because at one point, at one time, there's only one cutting the soil. But in the modern method, there's a cultivator. Is that clear? Okay, so hoe is also there. It's not added here. Okay, okay. It's okay. I have a blank slide here. No, it's a video itself. Okay, I'll write it here. The second one is hoe. Okay, I'll write it here. The second one is hoe. Hoe are actually, they are the bladed tools. This right one, now, this is actually a cultivator. It used to be a bladed tool. If you can give me a second, I will show you a picture of it. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm gonna just stop the screen share. I'll just paste the diagram here, huh? Tool. Yeah, that's the one. You all must have seen it. Okay, so if you give me a second, I will keep the written content, add a new slide, paste the image. That will be better. Start the screen share again. All you can see is me only, but yeah, that's the one. This is hoe. This is second one. So this is like a bladed tool. Please remember it, guys, okay? So this is hoe, which is like a bladed tool. This is the one which is made up of the very strong iron thing, which is very sharpened, and this is the one which is the handle. Yeah, that's it. Actually, now you must have seen it. This hoe is used for, plucking it up like this and then cutting the soil, cutting the lumps. It also need a lot of power. And comparatively, this is a stronger tool as compared to the traditional one. That is also not the latest one, but still it is used. This is the one that is comparatively old, but still we use it at on a small scale only. We do not use it at a large scale now. Okay. So it, you may say it consists of a bent structure, and this is a long road kind of thing which is made up of wood, and this is a bent plate structure. This is like a beam which is very strong. It used to cut, and we do have a latest version also for this, which is used with the help of the bull. Hoe is of different designs. If you search it up, this is the basic design, but it is also designed be having very strong blade kind of thing connected to the bulls, and animals are using it up. So this is used for digging the soil, turning the soil. It also used to chop the roots and the crop residues. And obviously it used to remove the weeds. So I suppose now this one is clear to you. The last one is the cultivator. Yeah, that is the one. Huh? This is like with the help of a machine now. It is having not one but 4 or 5 cutter kind of thing in it, which is cutting the soil. Cultivator, this is the latest and the modern method. We used it with the help of driving. You may say a tractor is used. So this is the one. If a question come in your paper that what is the benefit of the modern method of ploughing, you may say it is saving the labor, and it is more efficient as compared to the conventional one, because at a time there are more blades which are cutting the soil and doing everything that is needed. So you may say multiple number of times it is doing, and multiple number at a time, multiple cutting you may say, and that is time saving, isn't it? So that's all about the cultivator, guys, and that's all about the ploughing. I suppose you got the idea of ploughing, what this thing is. If a question come in your paper, what is the need of the ploughing? I have explained you already how it is done. I have explained you by 3 days. Clear? Okay, let's talk about the leveling now. I have a video also. Let me show you that video. This video is actually now showing. Where's my OneNote? This video is showing how that cutting thing is done, the ploughing thing, traditional versus modern. 8 seconds. Let me just increase the video size. क्या हो गया? अच्छा. See, the wooden one, how this person that he's using for cutting. Animal is doing, but also he is how he's touching it, balancing it. So animal plus human, both power is needed here. And also human, not only just controlling it up, but to the animals also. So has to maintain the direction. You see? Now the modern method. Actually, now this is not very much modern, because in the latest modern tractors are needed, and this is also small scale modern method. You may say that's a modern, but a small scale one, cutting it up. See, that's a nice video. It's having cuts. She has covered all the cutting thing now, but it has all the cutters in it, which is cutting up onto the soil. So the modern latest method is a higher version of it. A tractor, I showed you the picture. It's having all the cutters behind it. See. Okay, guys, so I suppose that's clear to you. And now I'm going to move back to the presentation thing, and let's continue to the leveling thing. So leveling thing, I suppose, why do we loosen or turn the soil? Leveling importance. Why is, acha, I've added it 2 times. That's okay. First of all, we have to understand what is leveling. Leveling means to put it on the level. Suppose I'm cutting the soil. I cut the soil too much that there are so much of the air spaces in it. Obviously, if there is a strong wind, it's a heavy rainfall, all the soil can just go off. That might cause soil erosion. We have to settle the soil. Not too much, but that much that soil particles are bounded to each other. They're not moving here and there. That's what leveling is. After that, we start sowing the seeds. So it also has the conventional and the modern method. Conventional method is like, see, animals are just dragging it up and animals are moving. And this is the one, actually it is in the water now, so that's not very much visible. This is a wooden kind of thing, which is like a level and just pressing up onto soil, pressing up onto soil, making a proper level. Are you getting my point? This is the modern method with the tractor. A leveler is there. This is known as leveler. A proper leveler is there. If a question come in your paper, what is the importance of leveling? I have already added it on the screen, so I don't have to just write it up there. So first of all, let's understand why do we loosen or turn the soil. That point I have explained you earlier also why ploughing is needed. So almost the same point, allowing air to reach the roots, help in growth of microorganisms and earthworm. Yeah, that's important point I did not mention. Nutrient rich soil come to the top and can be used by the plant. This is why ploughing is needed. This is why we just turn and cut and mix the soil. And then we just properly level it. The process of finding the elevation at a specific location actually the process of finding the elevation at specific location relative to another or own elevation. Actually, what this point want to explain, you don't have to learn this definition, frankly saying. Leveling means there are two elevations, just cutting it and making it on a proper level. You don't have to learn. Do not learn this definition, guys. So, okay. So what you have to define, what you have to learn is leveling is a process of making the soil at a particular level so that wind cannot be, soil cannot be carried away with the help of wind. That's it. Fair enough? We just do leveling with the help of the leveler that I'm going to show you, but I have shown you though already. So importance of leveling is for irrigation design in field and nursery, precise and accurate control of relative elevation. It's just that whenever there are lump into the soil, this leveling is done. And conservation of forest and wildlife. Actually, guys, the presentation into this, the screenshot that I have added it, this is in regard to leveling process, which is into the construction industry. So that's why I'm telling that you don't have to learn this up. Also, you don't have to learn the elevation stuff. You can just remember it on the basis of the lumps. I'm going to delete this presentation, guys, because I don't think that's much needed for you. You just stick to this. Why leveling is an important uniform distribution of irrigation and seedling and management, managing the crop better. And also it helps in uniform distribution of soil and air trapped in it. And it prevents soil erosion. You can write these points other than the one that I was showing you. Leave that. That's actually leveling related to a higher scale. We don't have to get into that. It prevents soil erosion. Let me think any other point. Because after turning the soil, all the weeds and everything is dead. It helps in better growth of microorganisms. And, you know, so these are the points that you can write. If any other point is striking you up, you can, of course, add it up. Okay. And one more thing that you can add is it prevents the loss of moisture, because when soil is not present in a proper way, all the moisture can go in the air. So it prevents loss of moisture from the soil. So yeah, these are the points that you can write, and I suppose that's clear to you. Okay. So we are done with the topic up to the leveling one. We started the topic from the processing agricultural practices, how it is done from starting to end. And then the very first point was preparation of the soil into that ploughing and leveling. And we add manure later after, I'm going to tell that. But we are mainly done with the first point, which is soil preparation. There are certain MCQs. Let's take a look to them, though I suppose I've taken your doubts as well. Okay, so Kharif crop, they are sown in, I've told you this. Okay, you know the answer. Wheat and gram belongs to the left one. Okay, you know the answer. Examples of Kharif crop are the right one. Remember the image that I've shown you. At least learn the example. You can find more examples. Okay, hold on for a second. Keep. My screen share is stopped, guys. Okay, the question that I shared you last, the Kharif crop one, see the video again, try to find the examples. I'm putting that question on hold. Then if you do not understand that, I put your questions, doubts on the forum. I suppose I have taken all your doubts again. If you see there's some doubt, you know what you have to do. I am done now, so I'm saying bye-bye, take care, and good luck. Thank you.